Tina slowly. We be working all day long, the push us bunny. We ain't playing no games. Sabatavi, Gani.
Good day, grade 12. I hope you are good. Today we will be doing a revision for revision grade 11, the work that you learned in grade 11 about quadratic number pattern. And then we move to arithmetic sequence, I hope in the next video. So let's take one question and see how do they ask quadratic number pattern in grade 12. So guys, I hope that you can see that here they say consider the quadratic number pattern, which is -1, +1, 7 and 17 and so on. This is the sequence. So they're saying for A, calculate the value of the fifth term in this pattern. So it's difficult for us to calculate the fifth term by using whatever that we have here. So we need to find a Tn first. So if I have here, guys, for A, so I'm going to write here grade 11 revision. Right. So what do we have here, guys? We have -1, we have 1, we have 7, we have 17, and so on. Understand? So I'm going to say this is T2, T1, T3, T4. So I'm going to find the first difference. So if I say T2 minus T1, remember this is negative, so it's the same as the difference is going to be T2 minus T1. So in this case it's 1 minus 1. So this gives us +2. So if I say 7 minus 1, we get 6. Then if I say 17 minus 7, we get what? 10. Then we go to the what difference now? We are going to find the second difference, because we were told that this is a quadratic number pattern, so it have a second difference. So for second difference, I'm going to say that, remember the first difference, guys, forms arithmetic sequence. So I'm going to say T2 minus T1, so which means I get what? 4. Then I say 10 minus 6, we get another 4. So I'm looking for Tn so that I can find a T50. Remember, you have 3 methods to find this. So I'm going to use the famous one. Here we have 2a. Here we have 3a plus b. Here we have a plus b plus c. So I'm using the first terms here. So you are starting at the bottom, then you go up. So if I start at the bottom, then I go up, I'm going to say 2a equals to 4. What must I do in order for me to get a? Then I divide both sides by what? By 2. So therefore, your a in this case is going to be 2, because 4 divided by 2 will give us 2. Then I go to b. So then remember, I have 3a plus b equals to 2. Understand? Because we take 3a plus b equal to the first term of the first difference. So which is 3. In this case, your a is what? Is 2 plus b equals to 2. So what is 3 times 2? It's 6. So if I transpose 6 to that side, I'm going to have 2 minus 6. So therefore your b is going to be -4. Are we together? Then we need to find a. Hope you can see. Then we need to find a. So I'm going to say a plus b plus c equal to the first term of the sequence, which is -1. Then your a was 2 plus your b was -4 plus c equals to -1. All right. So then we know that, guys, positive times a negative will give us a negative. Then we have 2 minus 4, we will get -2 plus c equal to negative 1. So if I transpose negative 2 to that side, the sign is going to change and have positive 2. So I'm going to have negative 1 plus 2, so which is c. Negative 1 plus 2 will give us 1. So remember, the Tn for quadratic number pattern is given by Tn is equals to an squared plus bn plus c. So now talk to me. We are looking for the nth term, ne? So I'm going to say Tn, therefore Tn, remember the value of a that we have here is 2n squared. Your b was minus 4n, then your c is plus 1. But now we're not done yet, ne? Because we're looking for T50. So I'm looking for this position, so I'm going to say here T50 equal to 2 into minus 4 into plus 1. Remember, which field we are substituting in the place of n now? We are substituting 50. So therefore, T50, that's the value of T50, guys, is 2 into 50 squared minus 4 into 50 plus 1. Then we get 4,801. So that's 4801. So that's the value of what? Of T50. Understand? So I hope we are good. So the next question. Guys, they're saying determine n if Tn is equal to 6,961. So we are going to find n. Remember, guys, we have Tn, understand? So what was the value of Tn that we have? Because for this we need to solve for n using the general formula that we have. So I'm going to say b. Remember, guys, our Tn was 2n squared minus 4n plus 1. Understand? Now we know here they are saying that if n is solved for n if Tn is equal to 6,961. So guys, now we know that Tn is equals to 6,961. So in place of Tn, good people, we are going to substitute this number. So now I have 6,961 equals to n squared minus 4n plus 1. So now it's simple. We're going to transpose this to that side, so I'm going to have 0 here equal to 2n squared minus 4n plus 1. Remember, if we transpose a positive 66,961 to that side, the sign is going to change to be 691 like this. So all in all, guys, we have 2n minus 4n, because if we collect the like terms, so I'm going to say positive 1 minus 691. So I'm going to get minus 6960 equals to 0. Remember, we can reduce these guys by dividing by 2 throughout. So if I divide by 2, because we can see that these terms are all even. So 2 divided by 2, we get 1. Negative 4 divided by 2, we get negative 2n minus, if I say 6960 divided by 2, we get what? 348. 3,408. Guys, this is the big number. I won't stress my mind by thinking about the factors. I'm going to use what we call quadratic. So I'm going to say n is equal to negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Guys, you were introduced with this formula in grade 11. Now the value of a here using the general formula. So now your a in this case, your a is what? It's 1. Your b is negative 2. Your c is negative 3480. So we just substitute, guys. So if we substitute here, I'm going to say n is equal to negative, then my b is negative 2. Then we close the brackets, plus or minus, then we substitute again inside the square root. Now your b is still what? Is still negative 2. Then we have minus 4 into then divided by 2 into, right. Now we know that, guys, your a is 1. Your b, is a big number. I have the small brackets, guys, you will forgive me. So I have negative 3 4 8 0. Then let's close the brackets here. All right, so your a is still 1. So when I reach this step, guys, I can press the calculator. So I have negative 2 negative into negative 2 plus negative 2 squared minus 4 into 1 minus 3 4 8 0, because we know that the a is here. Understand? Then over 2 into your a is 1, then equal sign. So we have n equal to 60. Because, guys, the power degree here is 2, which means I have to get the two values of what? Of n. So let's check another n. We get n is equal to negative 5 8. So, guys, we need to reject one of n. So, guys, we're going to reject this one. So n can never be equal to negative 1. So therefore n is equal to 60. Why? Because number of terms is always positive. Understand? So it's always positive. Does it make sense when you are asked how old are you, then you say I'm negative 20? It does not make sense. So the number of years, guys, or the number of terms is always a positive. Understand? I hope we are good. So we are done with this example, guys. Remember, in this question, guys, remember you can do it with different ways. You can use a simultaneous, you can use another method. Understand? So let's see if we are doing another method for this. I'm going to show you once, guys. I did show you how you use simultaneous. Now I want to show you how you use another method to find the Tn for quadratic. So remember, guys, we already have negative 1 here, and the 1, and the 7, and the 17. We already have the first difference, which was 2, and the 6, and the 10. This is 4, this is 4. Understand? So, guys, this formula, you have to know this formula if you want to use this method. So it's Tn is equals to T1 plus n minus 1 D1 plus, it's long formula, minus 1 n minus 2 over 2 D2. All right, let's talk, guys. Let's talk first. You know your T1. T1 is your first term, which is this case, is this negative 1. Your D1 is the first term of the first difference. So your D1, guys, is the first term of your first difference. So in this case, the first difference here is this one. D2 is this the second difference. So let's substitute the values and see what we have. So I'm going to say Tn is equal to your T1, guys. We said it's negative 1 plus n minus 1. Your D1, first term of the what? Of the first difference. So it's 2 plus n minus 1, n minus 2 over 2. D2, it's 4. Okay, we are happy now. You can see. So this is Tn is equal to negative 1. So 2 times n, we get 2n. 2 times negative 1, we get negative 2, because we just opened the bracket, guys. This is your thing. Know that you know this. So we're going to say 4 divided by 2, we get 2. Then into, then I'm going to multiply, guys. So n minus 1 times n minus 2. So I'm going to get n squared minus 3n. If you expand, plus 2. Understand? So this is tn is equals to, so I push 2n forward. So negative 1 minus 2 give us negative 3. Okay? So 2 times n squared, we get 2n squared. So positive 2 times negative 3, we get negative 6n. Understand? Then say 2 times 4, 2 times 2, we get 4. Okay, then we collect, guys, the like terms. Now can you see that we only have 2n squared here? So I'm going to have 2n squared forward. Then what happens with 2n minus 6? We get negative 4n. So what happens to negative 3 plus 4? We get positive 1. So therefore, this is your nth term. Let's look what we have using that formula. Which one? It's here. We got the same thing, guys. We got the same thing because this is what we got if we're using this method of 2a and 3a plus b. Or you can use this one. So if you want to use another method, you can watch my previous video where we were talking about the quadratic number pattern, grade 11 and 12. Let's do the last question, guys. So let's do the last question and we'll do more videos on the next question. So this is the question that we have, guys. Solve for x in the following quadratic number pattern. So now, guys, we're solving for x. So how do we solve for x if we are given the quadratic number pattern? So, guys, let's put this one here. I'm given number 1. I'm given 2, x 16, 26, and so on. Listen, guys, this is quadratic number pattern. What I know about the quadratic number pattern, it has a second difference. The first difference forms arithmetic sequence, and your second difference, it is constant. So, which means I'm going to find my difference here. So, I'm going to find my difference. So, if I say t2 minus t1, so in this case, guys, I'm going to have x minus 2. Then if I say t3 minus t2, so in this case, I'm going to have 16 minus x. Then if I say 26 minus 16, I get 10. Now, this term, guys, forms your T1 for arithmetic sequence and the T2 for arithmetic sequence and the T3 for arithmetic sequence. We know that the difference between T2 and the T1 is supposed to be equal to the difference between T1 and T3 and the T2. So if we go further, remember, guys, the quadratic number pattern, it has the second difference, which is constant. So if I say this term minus this term, so what I normally told my learners, I said to them, this is T1, this is T2, this is T3. So it's easy when you're solving. Just say T2 minus T1 supposed to be equals to T3 minus T2. Understand? So what is the value of T2 here? It's 16 minus x minus from the formula. Now your T1, remember, guys, you have the binomial, so you're going to open the brackets. So I have x minus 2. So then I close the brackets, equals to your T3 is 10 minus from the formula, then you open the bracket again because we're going to substitute. So then we have 16 minus x. Understand? So we drop 16 minus x. So a negative times a positive, that's negative x. Negative times negative 2, that's positive 2. Oh, wow. So we have 10. So negative times a positive 16, then we get negative 16. Then negative times negative x, then we get positive x. Aha. So here, 16 plus 2, we get what? 18. So negative x minus x, we get minus 2x. Ooh. So here, what do we have, good people? Here we're gonna say 10 minus 16, we get negative 6 plus x. Then we collect the what, the like term. So I'm going to transpose all the x terms here to this side. So in this side I already have negative 2x. Remember, if I transpose this positive x to that side, guys, what will happen to the sign? The sign is going to change to be what? To be negative x. Then I have negative 6 to this side. If I transpose 18 to that side, the sign is going to change to become what? Negative 18. Understand? So negative 2x minus x give us negative 3x. So negative 6 minus 18 give us what? 24 minus 24. Then we're looking for x, guys. We're not looking for negative 3x. What must we do? We will divide both sides by negative 3. So therefore, your x is going to be what? It's going to be 8, positive 8. That's the value of x, guys. You see how easy it was, ne? Hope you see it, guys, ne? So let's do the last question here. Okay, I know that you can do this. You can do this. You can pause the video and try to attempt it on your own. It's easy, guys. It's cheap. You can get it from the spaza shop. It's very easy. So we have 6, 3x minus 1 and the x, minus 3, So we're looking for x again. Okay, let me copy the question. So we have 6, 3x minus 1 and the x minus 3. Okay. Remember, guys, what we said here, we said that the quadratic number pattern, it has the second difference, which is constant. But the first difference forms the arithmetic sequence. So whatever we perform on the first difference, this is what we are going to do when we are doing the arithmetic sequence solving for unknown. So in this case, guys, I'm going to subtract again. So this is T2 minus T1. Bear in mind now, we have, guys, 3x. We have 3x minus 1, minus from the formula, minus 6, which will give us negative 7 here. So if I minus T2 minus T1, I'm going to get 3x minus 7. Right. Now, then I will say T3 minus T2. Now I have x minus into 3x minus 1. So this is x, a negative times a positive, that's a negative 3. Negative times negative 1, positive 1. So we are going to get 1 minus 2x. Understand? We are going to get negative 2x plus 1. So this is 1 minus 2x. So I hope that you can see. So then I'm going to say negative 3 minus x. Because it's negative 3 minus x, because it's t is T4 minus T3. So now, we know, guys, this is T1 now, this is T2 now, this is T3. So we know that the second difference must be equal if we subtract this term. So I'm going to say T2 must be equals to T1. T2 minus T1 must be equals to T3 minus T2. So in this case, your T2 is minus 2 minus 1 minus x. Minus from the formula. Then we open the brackets because we're going to substitute the binomial. Your T1 is 3x minus 7. So then we close the brackets. So T3 is minus 3x minus 3 minus x. Minus from the formula, then you open your brackets. Then you close it. Okay? So your T2 is 1 minus 2x, right? So we drop 1 minus 2x, guys. So a negative times a positive 3x here is negative 3x. Negative 1 times negative 7 get positive 7. So we have negative 3x on this side minus x. So a negative times a negative positive 1, negative 1. Negative times negative 2x, positive 2x. Then we look for the like terms. Guys, don't be confused about this. I was trying to show you when we subtract the terms here. So 1 plus 7 will give us what? 8. negative 2x, negative 3x give us negative 5x. So negative 3, negative 1 give us negative 4. Negative x plus 2 will give us, guys, positive x. Then I'm going to collect the like terms. So I'm going to take this x to that side. So I have negative 5x. So this sign is going to change to be minus x. Then on this side I have negative 4. Then if I transpose positive 8 to that side, the sign is going to change to become negative 8. So negative 5x minus x will give us negative 6x. So negative 4 minus 8 will give us negative 12. So what must I do in order for me to find x? Then I divide both sides by negative 6x. I mean by negative 6. So this cancel out. This goes to 6 one times, goes to 12 two times. So negative and negative cancel out. So therefore your x in this case is what? Is 2. Understand? So guys, this is the last question that we did now. So we're going to do the more questions in the next video. Then we will close this chapter of number patterns. Then we go to arithmetic and the geometric. So guys, thanks for watching. If you didn't subscribe, please don't forget to subscribe and comment and share our page to your friends. Thank you so much.